All right, let's try something. Just take a moment to look around you, wherever you are right now. What do you see that you immediately call technology? Probably your phone, right?
Hmm.
Or maybe a computer, a speaker. Yeah, those definitely count. But what if I told you technology is like way, way bigger than just electronics? What does that word really mean in our everyday lives? How deep does it actually go? Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're on a mission. We want to sort of unpack and maybe even redefine what we think of when we say technology. We're going to challenge some common ideas, look at how, well, surprisingly huge its impact is, and basically uncover how it shapes almost everything. And we've got some great sources to help us navigate this. Think of us as your guides on this exploration.
That's a perfect way to put it because really understanding technology, I mean, really understanding it in the broad sense, it isn't just about knowing the latest gadget. It's fundamental. It helps you see how our world works, how society functions, and honestly, how you can be part of shaping what's next. It's about seeing yourself as someone who could invent things, solve problems, change things.
Okay, that's a pretty big claim, but I'm intrigued. Let's unpack it. So, if it's not just our phones and laptops, what is technology then? How do we even define something so vast?
Well, the sources are pretty clear on this. At its absolute core, technology is the knowledge, the tools, and the systems humans create, specifically to solve problems or, extend what we're capable of doing. It's deeply human. I mean, think about it. Our ancestors, they had problems, right? Finding food, staying warm, talking across distances. They didn't just sit there hoping. They invented ways. That's technology. Like, go way, way back. A sharp stone axe. That was revolutionary tech. It let them chop, hunt, build. Huge difference. Now jump forward. We have AI that can spot diseases or, translate languages almost instantly. Both are technology. Both human solutions to challenges.
Mhm.
From the wheel, like ages ago, to the internet now. It's this long story of human problem solving. It's basically how we've always tried to make life a bit easier, maybe better, or just do things we couldn't do before.
Wow, okay. Framing it as this continuous record of solutions is, yeah, that's powerful. But I gotta admit, I definitely fall into that trap sometimes. Thinking tech means digital, just screens and code. It's so easy to forget that bigger picture, especially with new gadgets popping up all the time. And our sources really hit hard on that point, which is helpful. They list things we see every day. Like think about bridges connecting whole cities. That's massive technology, right? Engineering, materials, or just a simple bicycle. Such a clever invention for getting around. Even a pencil. It seems so basic, but combining graphite and wood like that, that's tech. Or the clothes you're wearing. Textile technology. Designed for warmth or protection or, just looking good. Every single one was invented to solve something, to let us do more or do it better.
Absolutely. And this brings up a really interesting question for you listening right now. Why do you reckon so many of us, maybe even you, automatically jump to electronics when we hear technology? Is it just because digital stuff has changed things so fast so recently? Or maybe because new apps and phones are always making headlines? Just mull that over for a second. It's a curious shift in how we see things.
Okay, so definition broadened. It's not just circuits, it's about solving problems.
Yeah.
Got it. But here's another layer our sources bring up, which is pretty cool. Ever stop to think about how, say, your favorite cookies, or a song you stream, or even a game you play, how they actually get made? Turns out technology isn't just the final thing. It's
Yep.
also the whole how it got there, the journey.
Exactly. That's a crucial distinction. When we talk tech, it's not only the end result, it's also, the whole set of steps, the methods used to create it. Our sources call this the product versus the process. Two sides of the same coin, really, both vital. So the product, that's what usually pops into our heads first. It's the outcome, the finished item, the result you can touch or use, like a nice warm loaf of bread. Product. The shiny new phone. Product. A life-saving vaccine. Definitely a product. There are the concrete things, the what's. Designed, made, used. But then there's the process. This is the how. It's often less obvious kind of behind the scenes. The process covers all the steps, the methods, the techniques needed to make the product happen. So for that bread, there's a baking process, right? Mixing, kneading, rising, baking, specific steps. For a phone app, there's a whole process of coding, testing it, fixing bugs, making it better. And for that vaccine, years of research, really complex testing, clinical trials, then massive manufacturing processes. The process is like the hidden engine, the sequence that turns an idea into reality. Without the right process, the best idea might just stay an idea.
Ah, product and process. That really does clear things up. Makes you look at stuff differently. Okay, let's make it real.
Mhm.
Think about this. Can you name a process from science or engineering that makes a product we use like every single day, probably without even noticing? I'll throw one out. Water purification. That's a huge engineering process, isn't it? And the product. Clean, safe water from the tap. Simple, but amazing. Once you start looking, these pairs are everywhere. How food's grown, how music's recorded, how games are coded. Right, now let's switch gears a bit. Imagine you're an inventor. You've got this brilliant idea. Maybe it's a way to clean up plastic from the ocean, or a super light bike, or an app to help learn sign language. Awesome idea. You know the product you want. You can kind of picture the process. But what do you actually need to make it real? What are the essential ingredients? Our sources lay out what they call the 7 resources of technology.
That's right. And basically every invention, every single piece of technology needs some mix of these 7 things. They're like the absolute must-haves, the building blocks, no matter how simple or complex your idea is. Let's run through them quickly. First up, people. Obvious, maybe, but crucial. You need individuals, their knowledge, their skills, their creativity, people to design it, build it, test it, fix it. Without people, engineers, scientists, designers, even the users giving feedback ideas just sit there. Human brain power drives it all. Second, information. And this isn't just random facts. It's data, research, blueprints, lessons learned from before, all the knowledge you need to make smart choices. You don't start from scratch if you can help it, right? You build on what's known. Third, materials. The actual physical stuff you'll use. Could be natural things, wood, metal, cotton, or instant plastics, ceramics, fancy composites. Picking the right material is key. Fourth, energy. Nothing happens without energy. Could be fuel for an engine, electricity for a computer, heat for an oven, or even just human muscle power for simple tools. No energy, no go. Fifth, tools and machines. This is a big category. Everything from a basic hammer or pencil, all the way to complex robots, supercomputers, scientific gear, or the software tools programmers use. These things extend our abilities, make us faster, stronger, more precise. Sixth, money. Yep, funding, investment. Almost always needed. You need cash to buy materials, pay the skilled people, get the tools, maybe market the final thing. It keeps the wheels turning. And seventh, last but not least, time. It's finite, super valuable. Planning, designing, building, testing, releasing. It all takes time. And often you're working against deadlines. Can't rush quality, but you can't take forever either.
Ooh, that's quite the list. Really shows how much goes into making, well, anything technological. So, here's a challenge for you listening. Straight from our sources. Think about it. Out of those 7 people, information, materials, energy, tools and machines, money, and time. Which one do you think is the absolute toughest to manage in the real world when you're actually trying to invent something? And more importantly, why? Why that one? I bet money or time jump out for a lot of you, but honestly, each one has its own tricky bits, doesn't it? It's rarely straightforward. Okay, so we've got this bigger definition. We understand products and processes. We know the 7 ingredients. Let's zoom out again. How does all this technology truly shape your world? Like day to day, your school, your town, the environment. It's kind of mind-blowing when you start connecting the dots.
Yeah, this is where it all comes together. It circles right back to that core idea. Technology is about solving problems, making things better. And our sources really highlight how these solutions weave through, well, everything we do, often without us even realizing it. Take health, for instance. Think about eyeglasses, or x-ray machines, or new medicines, or robotic surgery. Technology is constantly working on ways to keep us healthy, fix us when we're not, maybe even help us live longer. It's this ongoing effort. Or look at education. Wow, has tech changed things there? I mean, think how easy it is to look stuff up online now, or use simulations to grasp tricky ideas, or video chat with a teacher. From the printing press way back when, to smartboards and learning apps today, tech keeps trying to make knowledge easier to get and more engaging. And transport. Imagine life without it. The wheel itself was huge. Then bicycles, cars, buses, trains, planes, electric vehicles now. It's all technology designed to move people and stuff around, connect places, let us explore, making it faster, safer, hopefully more efficient. But, and this is really important, technology itself isn't inherently good or bad. It's just a tool. Its impact totally depends on how we use it. That's critical. For example, tech can protect the environment. Think solar panels, wind turbines, great stuff. But it can also harm it, maybe through pollution from making things or using resources irresponsibly. So it forces us to think, like responsible engineers, think about the ethics, the long-term consequences of what we create.
That's such a key point, the responsibility angle. Being an innovator isn't just about cool ideas, it's about thinking through the impact. And what's really interesting, especially now, is that most big innovations aren't just one person in a lab, are they?
Oh, absolutely not. The sources really stress this. Teamwork and creativity are the fuel. Think about making a modern movie or a video game. It takes hundreds of people, right? Programmers, artists, writers, sound designers, testers, all collaborating, bouncing ideas off each other, solving problems together. That collaborative spirit, different skills coming together, that's behind almost every major leap now. We achieve more together.
Totally. Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, Let's quickly hit the highlights again. And I want to challenge you, listening, to think these through with us, like a quick mental check-in first. Can you explain technology now, but like beyond just electronics? Give an example, maybe one that surprised you.
Yeah, think about that broader definition. How is it more than gadgets?
Okay, next. Can you remember one historic technology we mentioned?
Hmm.
One that really changed everything for society back then.
And maybe try to picture life before it existed, just for a second. Helps grasp the impact.
Now zoom into your own world, your home, maybe your school. Can you spot one process, remember, the how that technology makes better or more efficient for you?
This helps you spot the sort of invisible work tech does all around us.
And finally, imagine you're inventing something right now. A solar charging backpack, maybe, a smart plant water, whatever. Which of those 7 resources would be absolutely essential and why that one specifically for your idea?
Great questions. And seriously, trying to explain the why behind your answers, that really cements your understanding, shows you can apply these ideas. So yeah, to sum up our whole exploration today, technology. It's way bigger and more amazing than just the latest device. It's all the knowledge, tools, and systems humans create to solve problems, to do more. It's got 2 sides, the product, the thing, and the process, the how. And making any of it happen needs those 7 key resources from people's brains to careful use of time. Honestly, understanding technology is really about seeing the engineer, the problem solver, the innovator inside yourself.
Yeah, this whole deep dive really hammered home that tech isn't just about cool stuff. It's about using our intelligence or creativity to improve life, tackle challenges, and doing it responsibly. It's about building that innovator's mindset, seeing a problem, imagining a solution. That's powerful.
Exactly. Which leads to one last thought for you to chew on after we're done. Now that you've got this wider, deeper view of technology, take something you learned today. How could you apply that? Look at a challenge, maybe something small in your life, or at school, or in your community. How could you start thinking like an engineer, like an innovator, to find a solution, even just sketching out an idea?
What a fantastic way to think about it. Keep questioning things, keep designing, keep innovating. Thanks so much for joining us on the Deep Dive today.